What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. My name is Becca. Welcome to Cosplay.and.books, the channel where I talk about books and then cosplay from the ones that I like the most. And today we are going to be doing my June TBR. So I decided this month I was going to do a little game, kind of. I'm doing a TBR jar. We'll see if I like it. If I don't, then I might switch it for July. Who knows? But yeah, so basically, if you don't know how a TBR jar works, I have a bunch of prompts in a jar, and then I pick out however many I need. Yeah, so let's get into the TBR, because this might take a while. Let's go. Editing Becca here. I forgot to say that I'm participating in 2 different readathons in June, which I am doing Once Upon a Readathon and Adventurer-a-thon. I think it's how you say it. So yeah. If you hear like, oh, I'm doing a readathon, it's one of those. So first I started with a random number generator, which got 16. And now I am pulling out my first prompt from the jar, which is a book about a hobby. Okay, so for the prompt, a book about a hobby, I have While You Were Dreaming by Alicia Ray, I think is how you pronounce that. This is a book about a cosplayer. What better book to read on this channel? So yeah, hobby. And the next prompt, pulling out of the jar, it fell, it was chosen. It is a book set in summer. Okay, so the next prompt, I actually don't have the physical book with me. As a couple of these, I don't have a couple of them, but the prompt is a book set in the summer, and I will be reading Instant Karma by Marissa Meyer. Thank you to the lovely people on the Heartless, the musical Discord, for telling me books set in summer, because I could not think of any. Thanks. So, and the next prompt is a book with an odd number of pages. The next prompt is a book with an odd number of pages, so I will be reading Defy the Night by Bridget Cameron. Still can't say that. It has 443 pages. That's not including like the acknowledgements, because I don't read the acknowledgements. Oops. With the acknowledgements, it is an even number. I don't read them, so without the acknowledgements, it is 443 pages. And the next prompt is continue a series. So for the prompt, continue a series, I have decided to go with Imagine Me by Tahereh Mafi. This is the last book that I need to read for the Shatter Me series besides Believe Me. But still, it is continuing a series. I'm very excited to get to this one. I feel like this is probably going to be the first one I read, just because I love this series, and I kind of don't want it to end, but I do want it to end because I want to know what happens. Okay, and up next, the prompt is, one of them fell out of the jar, but we're not going to talk about that. It is water on the cover or in the title. So the next prompt is water on the cover, and I will be, or the title, water on the cover or the title, and I will be reading The Daughter of the Pirate King. There is water on the cover, although it's kind of hard to see. There is water right there. Yeah. All right, and the next prompt from the jar is, I got 2. It is finish an achievement. So for the prompt finish an achievement, I'm going to be trying to read Believe Me by Tahereh Mafi, which is the final novella of the Shatter Me series. It's the conclusion, although I don't want to read it. I'm going to. I kind of want to buy it because my library doesn't have it, so I'm gonna have to either listen to the audiobook or buy it, which I might just buy it because I because I want to buy it, so, you know, might as well.
And the next prompt is set in a fictional town or world.
The next prompt is book set in a fictional town or world, and I'm going to be reading Violet Made of Thorns, which I had not heard of until, I think I saw it on TikTok, and then I like put it on my TBR, like my Goodreads TBR, and then I was at the library and I found it, like complete accident. But it is set in a fictional kingdom, so I thought might as well pick it up and read it.
All right, and now the next pull from the jar is the next book in a series you've already started.
So the next prompt is a book that I don't actually have with me, but I will try to get it, which is the next book in a series that I've already started. So I will be trying to read Our Violent Ends by Chloe Gong, which is the second last book in the These Violent Delights duology. I'm gonna count it, even though technically it's a duology and not like a series. I'm still gonna, that still counts, right? It's more than one book, so, you know.
Okay, and the next prompt, I'm shaking the jar up, is waiting, a 2022 Goodreads nominee.
So the next book, or the next prompt, is a 2022 Goodreads Award nominee. So I will be reading Foul Lady Fortune by Chloe Gong. I had to look through all of the Goodreads nominees because I didn't know what the nominees were and which ones I would want to read, but this is one of them. So I'm going to read it. It is a very big book. I think this is the biggest book with 511 pages. I mean, that I know, because I put it down, but it's a big book.
All right, and the next prompt that we're pulling from the jar is, oh, I dropped it, is a book with a red cover.
Okay, so the next prompt might be cheating a little bit, but we're gonna count it for right now, unless someone's like, no, that doesn't count. So the prompt is red cover, and I have this copy of One of Us is Lying by Karen McManus, and it doesn't have the dust jacket because I got it at a thrift store. I feel like this should count. If it doesn't, tell me, and I will, I won't read it, or I won't count it, but I think it counts. For now, I'm gonna count it. If I find another book that has a red cover that I want to read more, because I don't really want to read this book, I might read that instead. I am completely allowing myself to switch books if I feel the need to.
All right, and the next pick from the jar, I dropped it again. I'm horrible at holding things. It is a book with a person on the cover.
The next prompt is a person on the cover. I'm going to be reading A Long Stretch of Bad Days by Mindy McGinnis. It actually has two people. You can't see the other person, but there is one person there. So this has a person on the cover. Multiple people, actually. Two.
The next prompt is bum-ba-da-bum, a book that scares you.
The next prompt is a book that scares you, which this book I have literally looked at the library 5 times and haven't picked it up until now, which is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I am terrified of this book, to be honest. It sounds good. And one of my favorite books in April was about a girl who was immortal. So maybe I'll like this, who knows? The only thing that also scares me is this font size. That's terrifying. We shall see if I actually get to this one.
The next prompt is bum-ba-da-bum, the first book in a series.
The next prompt is the first book in a series. I will be reading All the Stars and Teeth by Adeline Grace. This will fit really well, as well as Daughter of the Pirate King, with a readathon that I'm doing because I'm on the pirate team, and these are both about pirates.
Alright, and the next prompt is, drum roll, as I take it out of the jar, a genre that I don't read often.
The next prompt is a genre that I don't read often, and that is going to be Cinder by Marissa Meyer. This is a sci-fi book. I don't read a lot of sci-fi. I read dystopian, and by I read dystopian, I mean I read the Shatter Me series. The only sci-fi books I've ever read were the Renegade series.
Alright, and the next book prompt is a color in the title.
Next prompt is a color in the title, which I actually have two options because this one of them really depends on if I read Cinder, which is Scarlet. This is the second in the Lunar Chronicles, and it is spelled like the color, so I'm going to count it, even though I'm pretty sure it's technically the name. But it doesn't matter. No, it's not. It's not. It's not her name, I don't think. I don't think it is. We'll see. And if I don't end up getting to Cinder and I still need to read a book with a color, I have Silver in the Blood by Jessica Day George. Another one that I don't have the dust jacket for. And the last book that I have is one that I don't have, which is a book with a dog, and I will be doing Any Sign of Life by, I don't remember the name. This is the author. I'm horrible. Let's go. Okay. So, let's see if I can read all of these. I feel like if I don't read them by July, I will be picking a punishment or like a penalty. I'll like add like however many books I didn't read onto my July TBR. So we shall see. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment down below what your June TBR is, and make sure to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next video.